Hey guys, welcome back to StoreyHausBooks. This is Tiana, as usual. We are on episode 12. Can you believe it already? Well, not already. You guys are still on, I think you're on episode 4 right now when I'm filming this. So, what are we doing tonight? We are going to continue on this front panel here. And last time we met, we did these two guys. These are the jumbo slide pockets that I do. And then we added these window pockets here, yeah? Okay, so we're gonna work on this panel tonight. And what I'm gonna put here are these guys. These are file folder pockets, right? Now, you guys, if you see my work, you know I use file folders all the time. And normally, I'll cut a file folder and I'll put a gusset in between the front and the back to give it some room, right? And do some sort of closure or whatever. But I was like, you know what? There's gotta be, I didn't really, I mean, they're fine. They look great. But I wanted to see if I would get them with a different way to make more room. So I started doing these. They look just like the file folders. They still have foam, the folds, but they got so much more room there. Look at that. It's not as tight, which is what I wanted. And then I can make them in different sizes, right? So I'm going to show you how to make these. And I'm going to use these three. And they're going to go kind of like this large one here. And then this one here I made out of the Tim Holtz craft paper. And distress it with some sandpaper. And then this one will layer on top of the large one, a little staggered to the left as well. So you can see that right here. And then I'm going to make a small one to go here a little bit to the right. Okay? So that's the one I'm going to show you how to make. And it's the same exact technique, same exact instructions, just depending on what size you want it to be, right? You can do the same thing for any size. Alright? Let's put those aside. Let's close this up and make some room. And get started. So I picked out this color of the Tim Holtz craft paper. Now all we're making basically is the same way we would make a coin envelope, right? We're going to fold it this way, fold the bottom up, and then we're going to cut the top into the shape of a file folder, right? Okay, so we have to keep in mind, since I'm using these three, I want the pocket, or the one I'm about to create, to fit like this one does. It's going to sit like this, right? Kind of like this, off a little bit of this pocket, right? So I want another one to do the same thing over here, yeah? So let's see, I'm gonna measure how far it is from, like, let's say right about here, there to there. So I'm gonna say from there to right here, that's the halfway point, right? So they put it on this other side so we're not looking at pencil marks. So if I want it to hang off a little bit like that to right there, right? So we're going to have to, that's going to be the middle, right? I fold it to be that wide. All right, so let's measure that, this space here, okay? And that is, let's see, 1, 2, 3 3/4. So we want basically, yeah, this part to be in the middle, right? So we're gonna fold here to that point, right? This is a little hard to fold, so you gotta press it really hard. And then I'm gonna fold this over, and then I'm gonna cut it this and kind of see where it like ends up. So let's see, that's pretty much the size that I wanted, right? Yeah. Yep, that's it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it down to the size that I want it. Right? I want it that wide. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So that wide. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this down. Right. Okay, you're going to definitely need to use your bone folder on this craft paper. It's so thick. There we go. Alright, so we only wanted to overlap this flap just by a little bit. So we're going to cut off the excess here, okay? And I'm going to cut back until maybe it's 1/4 inch overlapping. I'm just looking down the paper here. And I'm going to cut straight a line as I can. Usually I'm really good at this, but sometimes I'm not. Let's see how I do today. Pretty good. Alrighty. So now we got that part folded, right? Okay. So give that a nice creasing because it's about to get a little bit more filly with this thick paper. Okay, now we got to make the bottom fold of the pocket, right? So just flip it up. Now what I will do is take my bone folder and kind of put it to where I want the fold to be for the bottom, and then just kind of grab the paper and use the bone folder to flip it. To help you flip it as to a straight line. Yeah? Like that. It gives you a little bit of a straighter line. Alright, and then we're going to fold this, give this a nice creasing. Ugh, so thick. Alright, and there's our, basically our pocket, right? Make sure the bottom is even there. It looks like it's a little low on this side, so we're going to make some adjustments here. I'm going to roll this up a little bit more. See if that evens it out. And that did even out the bottom here. Okay, great. Now, alright, how high do we want it? So, if I want it to be this wide, because we got that part down, I probably don't want it any higher than right about here. So let's see. I want to put it there. So I'm going to cut it right about here. Okay? And to do that, I'm actually going to bring out my paper trimmer because it can handle this thick paper that's doubled over this. And we're going to cut it. Cut this thing down. Alrighty. Alright, so here's the basic shape of our file folder pocket. Now, next step is we're going to go ahead and miter these corners here so it lays flat. Just like we would a coin envelope. I showed you guys how to do that. From the fold, you're going to go at an angle like this and cut. Yeah? Same thing on the other side. From the fold, at an angle, cut. You open it up, it should look like this. Okay? That's a better way. Right? 2 triangles here. Now, the next part we're going to do is we're going to cut off this part and this part. Okay? To do that, you're going to go line your scissors up with the fold and then move it to a slight angle and then cut to the tip of that triangle or carrot right there. Okay? Right to there. Do the same thing on the other side. Go to the fold and then up at an angle, just a slight one, and then cut to the tip of the triangle. Cut that flap off. This is going to remove the bulk and allow your pocket to lay a lot flatter. Right? See how nice and flat that is now? Yeah? Okie dokie. Now, we're going to go ahead and glue this shut. Okay? And we're going to start with the vertical flaps first. I'll put a bead there and a bead on the other side. Okay? And then just push that shut. Alright, and for the bottom flap of the pocket, we're just going to go on the outside because you don't want to glue your pocket shut down at the bottom. So just around the edge, yeah? And then fold that up. You may need to use your bone folder because, again, this stuff is thick and it wants to pop back open. Don't worry about the glue because it's going to be on the other side that you're not going to see anyway. And there we go. Alright, now we are shut. Yes? Okay. Now, that last step is just to cut out the tab part. Now, if you have an envelope punch, like I do, this is the way I do it. Now, I've shown you guys this before in other videos, how to do file folders without the envelope punch, without a die. I've showed you how to hand cut them. It's the same process here. So, if you do have the envelope punch like I do, you're just going to put it halfway here. That mark is, you see this here, I don't know if you guys can see that, hang on, right there, this metal piece here, yeah, you're gonna go halfway there, halfway across that, and that'll give you your end tab over here. See? Then I'm gonna go this way, just to the 2-inch mark, right there, and punch the other side of my tab. That's hard. This stuff is so thick, y'all. It's crazy. crazy thick. And then either with scissors or with a paper trimmer, I'm going to cut down to a straight line across this way. Cut this piece off, and then I'll have my tab, yeah? So I'm just going to cut a straight line as best I can here. Oh, come on, it's so thick. Come on, there we go. All right, that's a little not enough. So I have to cut off a little more. Come on. There we go. Okay. Here we have our basic file folder shape, yeah? All right, I am going to round the corner here. So let me grab my corner rounder. And I'm going to just use the 7mm mark. Hit it like that, and voila. Now we have a file folder pocket. Yes? Okay, I'm actually going to trim this one spot right here. It's bugging me. There we go. Is that a little better? No. I can still see that little corner there. Let me try this. Another pair of scissors. Where's my other tip holes? It's these guys. Let me see if these guys will get it. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Okay, now it's smoothed out. Okay, there we go. These are his spring-loaded scissors here. Okay, so there we go. Yeah? Now I'm going to distress it with some sandpaper. Give it some little grunged up look. And you use the sandpaper and the craft color paper comes through. Really pretty. But it does make a mess, so. Ugh, excuse me. Oof. Let's see what I can do for this dust off of here. Okay, so there is our file folder there, and it'll go like so. Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to distress this one with a little bit of ink here. If I can find my dauber. I know I threw it somewhere because I didn't want it to get on my book. There it is. Okay, again with a scorched timber, of course. And we're just going to go around. Now you can always sew these before you close them. Close the backing up and the bottom flap if you'd like. You can always put a little stitch around them. I did not do that, obviously. I just didn't want to. Not for this one. Because the way I want to decorate it with some nice, grungy clusters I think will be cool on these. And then some eyelets and some labels, maybe a little stamping. I don't know yet. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's just burnish that just a little bit. Blend it out. Make it a little softer. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and do some stamping. I want to do some speckling like I did on this one. So let's grab something to stamp on. And I'm going to use the Versafine, I believe, the Fallen Leaves. I'm in love with this color right now. And I'm just going to and just hit that like so. It's a little dark. Maybe we should go with the coffee instead. But too late. We've already done it. We've already done it. We're committing. Now, flip this around and go this way with it. Right there. Okay, that's good. Okay, now we're going to do this one. Did I get ink on it? I sure did. Already. I put the top down on it. That's okay, because we're going to speckle it anyway. Alright, let's do... We're going to do the same Fallen Leaves. We're going to go dark on this one. We'll start here. Can come around on this one. Like that. And move one right there. That's enough. Right in the middle. Boom. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. Enough speckles. And we're going to do this one as well. So we're going to come around this side. I think. Like that. Just down that side. Open that corner. Come down and around like so. And that's plenty, I think. Okay, let's put that aside. And put these in, yeah? Okie dokie. these are going to go right here. And again, we're going to do one here. Stack this one down here. Stack this green one up here. And then we're going to stack this one right here. Yes? Just like that. What do y'all think? I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. A little more down. And this one can come out some more too. To there. What do you guys think? You like it? I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure that we're not impeding the folds, and we are not. And let's glue these babies down. So, do we want to put hidden pockets in there? Of course we do. And we're going to use art glitter glue for this one, and we're going to leave hidden pocket. See, this one's going to be here, and this one will be here. Why don't we just make another pocket in the back right here? So we'll just do these three sides. Not going to the edge, because we want this pocket to have plenty of room to grow. Yeah? There we go. This one's going to go here to the right side of the paper, of the panel. And we'll let it stick out just a smidge up top, just a little bit. I want to make sure we're not impeding the fold here. And we're not. Good. Just press that down. Alright, the next piece. We're going to have it going this way a little bit, right? And we're going to do the same thing. We'll do a hidden pocket at the top of the pocket here. Okay, and we're going to stack it on top of this one just a little bit. Bring this one all the way to the right of this panel. And it's just going to stagger just a smidge. Make sure we're not impeding the fold. I'm going to go a little bit more now. It looks like we're good. Okay, we're not impeding that fold at all. And we've got an extra pocket. Yeah? Okay. Now, I should have put eyelets on these. I can still do it. Let's do it right now. Before I put anything else on there. Alright, I'm going to put eyelets on this side here. So let's flip this around so I can reach them. Okay. We're all good. All good. All good. All good. You get over there. And I want to see if I can I'll have to do this upside down to punch the hole. Punch it right there. Yeah? And then the same thing over here. Right there. Okay, we're still good. And we'll put some eyelets in there. And we should be just fine to get underneath it because our pocket's so big. Yeah? If I can get in there. Come on. Get back in the hole. Here we go. Alright. Get under there. And there we go. All good. Yeah? Where'd my eyelet go? I think I just kicked it off the table. Alright, let's try it again. Put our eyelet in here. And then just open our pocket. Like so. And smush. There we go. Eyelets achieved. Yes. Okay, so flip this back around this way. Alright. Now before we install the other file pockets, let's go ahead and put eyelets in those as well. You know we're going to. And this one's going to go that way, and this one's going to go this way. So I believe I'm going to put eyelets on the opposite side for these. Excuse me. Sniffle, sniffle, sniffles. Alright, and we're going to go right here with it. Make sure I'm like where I want it. Right. Actually, in a little bit more. Right there. Here we go. Good deal. And same thing with this one over here. We're just going to open it up. Do this upside down. And we're going to go about the same spot, right about there. Yeah? And let's grab an eyelet or two. So I might need to put some dangles on there. Maybe. Maybe. I might. Never know what I might do. You never can't tell what old Tiana might do. There we go. Alright, eyelets are in. Now, this one will go here. This one will go here. And we could probably do some stamping beforehand. But I am going to put clusters on these. So, let's do this. I am going to do a little bit of stamping because I'm going to put the clusters probably here. So we could do some stamping here or do some labels. Let me think on that for a minute. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put these in. Okay, yeah, maybe we should do some stamping on these. I mean, I put some, you know, speckling on it already. So do you want to stamp them or do I want to... I think I'm going to put clusters on them instead. Not stamp them. I want something like raised on there. So we'll get to that when we do some decorating. But let's go ahead and glue these down. And we'll see how we're doing on chunkiness, I guess you call it. Chunkiness. Actually, I need to ink those before I glue them down. What am I thinking? I always forget to do stuff like that. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I mean, I wanted to stress, you know, like I did with sandpaper, but I still want inking on it. Gotta have the inking, on it. Okay, let's see here. That one's gonna go there, a little bit off. There, and then this one. Oops, sorry you guys, I hit the camera. I'm having so much trouble with my boom. It took me like 20 minutes tonight to actually like get it to where it wasn't like sliding down or whatever. I think one of the little turn knobs that, you know, holds the boom neck straight is warped or like something because it keeps sliding out. So I guess I have to buy another one. It's okay, I got it from Temu, so it wasn't that expensive. Anyway. Alright, we'll put this one over here. I'm gonna put that one there. Like this, like that, I think. Now I want it a little bit off, for sure. And this one a little bit. I think I'll just put it to the edge. It's no big deal. Still kind of like it off a little bit. And this one over here. Yeah, okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Alright, let's glue these on. And we'll make these hidden pockets as well. Huh? Okay. And we'll put that one right about here. I think it's good. Okay, that's straight. I think so. Yeah, we're good. Okay, and then this one, another hidden pocket as well. Why not, right? It's a little bit off to the right, a little bit. Just a smidge. Right there, I think it's good. What do you guys think? Yeah? Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Okay, so that's done. Let's see how we're doing on thickness here. Okay, we're still doing good. Okay, so here's my worry now. I didn't put a gusset there because I don't have one. I have one here, but I wanted to leave room. It's a half-inch gusset here, but that leaves room for this here, those pockets there, and these jumbo slides. So underneath here, I think we said we're going to put those stamped flat pockets there, or those stamped labels, if I can find them. We were going to put there. I think I was going to stamp a third one. What did I do with those? But I think, like I said earlier, that we're going to leave the stamping to another video. So we'll come back to this once I find those pieces too. I've got a bag of ephemera here that I've been going through and using for this project. So we'll come back to this. Those pockets there, they need clusters as well. They need cluster work here. And then back here, we got these pockets, right? And cluster work there. Right, so we put the flat pockets here, so that should keep the thickness down there. Once we put ephemera in here, that half-inch gusset here will be fine. So for here, I was thinking about this little thing that I've been working on. Let me find it here, 1 second. If I can find it. Where'd it go? I have a little prototype that I want to use there. Sorry, you guys, I should have had it out already. I thought it would be easier for me to find in here. Where is it? Gosh darn it. Alright, I'm going to pause for 1 second so I can go find this piece for y'all. Okay, found it. Alright, so this is the piece that I was thinking about, I've been playing with. It's a little flip out here, little file folder with a pocket on the front, yeah, and with 2 journaling cards on the inside. They're tabbed there, stamped. On the inside we have some flat pockets here with little file or tabbed journaling cards here as well. And then over here we could put like a flippy pad or leave it blank as writing space, right? And you'll see it's really thin. So I think we could put that here. We might even be able to put it back here. And it'd be okay. Let me see here. And that works. It fits. That's with the ephemera in it already. That would work. So we can put it there. I think I'll hopefully stamp those flat pockets back there. We can put it here, right there. So the tab sticks out there, right? And then I guess we could. I can't put it there. I think I'm gonna just put like a shallow pocket here for like letters or something, and then we'll leave this pocket here, and maybe put, I don't know, like something in there, or we could put this there, right? And it'd be a flip out like that. I think what I'm going to do, where's the pocket? It's right here. Yeah, that's a little bit narrow over there. I think I'll put it in here because we know it'll fit, and it keeps down with the bulkiness, right? And those flat pockets back there. What else? Okay, and then over here we'll do like a shallow pocket. Maybe we'll do a large windowed pocket because I want to see all this stuff in the back. I don't want to lose that. I'm covering it up. We'll do like an acetate window pocket there. Yeah, I think so. And then here in the front, maybe we'll just do an envelope, a long envelope here. I've got some botanical kind of like wallpaper that I got from Dollar Tree that makes really good envelopes. We can put that here. I think that'll work too. Okay, so alrighty, so let's get started with that other piece. Let's see how are we doing on time? I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Let's work on this. Okay, let's put this to the side. Alright, I've only done this once, so this time. And just like I said, it's something that I was playing with. So, excuse any mistakes that I make. Like I said, this is only the second time I'm doing this. So, let's do some measuring and see what we've got here, yeah? Where is my measuring tape? I don't know. Where did I put it? Oh, darn it. I have no idea where it is. It might be in my bin over here. Nope. I am not prepared. I was prepared, and then I moved things, and now I'm not prepared. Okay, so let's grab my ruler here and see what we're working with. And then we'll pick some paper. So this whole piece is going, well, I'm going to see my, here is 8 1/4 plus the tab brings it to 8 3/4. Okay, so 8 3/4 this way, and then height wise we're looking at 7 1/2. Yeah, 7 1/2. So yeah, 7 1/2 here, and then 8 3/4 this way. Okay, so let's pick some paper. I think we'll stick with the let's see, do we want to stick with the Tim Holtz the wallpaper or wallflower? Let's see, what have we used so far? I'm putting it in here. We got some bugs there. So do I want, and we're covering the whole thing, right? It covers the whole thing. So I guess it wouldn't matter what we use there. Okay. Staying with the vintage stuff, so let's do something a little bit more brown. Let's see what we have here. I've got a lot of this. I bought 2 of them on Etsy for way more than I care to say. Okay, these are the small cards. Let's see here. Oh, this is the vellum that I also got in the wallflower. It's so pretty. It's the same design, but it's in vellum. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. I can't wait to use that. Cannot wait to use that. Let's see what we got. Let's see. I'm going to use that one. Well, what about this new craft paper that I got? This is another one I got off Etsy. This is the Craft Resist paper stash here. And it's got, I mean, look at this. It is awesome. I love this. Oh, pretty, 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 pretty. So maybe we'll use one of these. What do you think? There's a bird. That would be cool. I got 3 of those. Or we could use this. We got the butterflies on the opposite page. Yeah, why don't we use this one? Why not? That's what I got it for, right? To use it, not hoard it, but okie dokie. You know, I still haven't heard from the woman who ordered this journal. I need to try to email her again. I really hope she's okay. I'm actually kind of worried about her because she was she used to, like, you know, regularly comment on videos, but now there's like nothing from her. Okay, let me grab my paper cutter here. Okay, so we said 8.5 this way, and then 7.5 that way. So let's do 8.5, right? 8 3/4. 8 3/4. I'm sorry, 8 3/4. Right? Okay. 8 3/4. And then 7.5. I want to keep that part, so let's do it this way. 7.5. Wait, no. I want to keep that part. Sorry, 7.5, right there. Okay. So there is the main piece there, the base, right? And then I think we'll go ahead and use the scraps for the rest of this, or as much as we can, right? So let's do the pockets with this scrap piece, and then the front pocket with this piece, yeah? Okay, so we got that. Let's see, the inside pockets measure 2 by 3 7/8, yeah? Is that right? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, let's do that. 3 7/8. Is that gonna be good enough? 3 and... These aren't wide enough. Darn it. What about... Well, I want to use this for the front. Use them this way. Let's just do them this way. Why not? Yeah, let's do it this way. Don't want to waste paper. Okay, so 3 7/8. So let's do 3 and 2. No, it's 6/8. That's 3 3 3/4. Right? So 3 and 7. No, let's do 7/8. That's like I did in my prototype. 3 7/8. Need 3 of those. Hopefully I have enough. Ooh, perfect. Almost perfect. And then losing a 1/2 inch there. And then these are 2 inches, yeah? So let's do, where's the 2? Right, there we go. I think they need to be a little bit wider than 2 inches. Let me see here. measuring it again over here on the side here. Alright, I guess 2 inches. This looks like more than 2 inches. It is more than 2. It's like 2 and 1/8, almost. Okay, well let's just go with the 2. Here, that's 2. 2. Okay, there's 2 right there. That's 2. Is this 2? This might be 2 right here. Not quite. Okay. This looks like really short. Okay, it's 2. And this one needs to be 2 as well. And 2 again. Okay. I'll use these as the journaling cards, probably. Yeah. Alright, those are the inside pockets. And the outside pocket is, I wrote the measurements down here. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4 this way. So we'll use this piece and do 4. I want to use that big butterfly. So let's do 4. And then I think we'll make it a flat pocket because I don't want the bulkiness of having to gusset. I don't think. Let's see. Well, I mean, yeah, this is crap paper. It's gonna get really bulky if I put a gusset on there. Yeah, let's make these flat. So I'm gonna actually add 1/4 inch. Let's do 4 1/4. Okay, so 4 1/4 wide. Is that tall enough? Oh, it's not tall enough. Like I wanted. I wanted it to be taller than this. That works. That'll work. I guess I got my measurements wrong. It says 5 1/4, but that's not 5 1/4. That's 4 1/2. No, sorry. 4 5/8. Where did I get 5 1/4 from? Let me erase that before I get myself confused the next time I do this. Where is my pencils? Oh, these are pens. I don't know where my pencils are. So that is, what did I say? 4 and 1, 2. So it's 4 1/4. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm doing the height right this way. It's 4 3/8, I guess. 4 3/8. It's 4 3/8 this way. Okay. Alrighty, 4 3/8 that way, so that works. Okay, so we've got 4 1/4 this way, right? Yes. And then 4 1 2 3/8 that way. Yes? Okay. Good. Alrighty. Let's just put this away for a second. And then I'll grab the scoreboard, I think, so I can fold this in half. So let me grab the scoreboard so I get a clean fold there. Okay, so this is 8 3/4, so that would be 4. Let's do this. Let's see if that lands. Okay, so 4 1/4 and an 8. So 4 1/4 and an 8. That should be half right there. Okay. Let's see how we did. Yep, that's it. Okay, fold that. And that's all going to be flat, and those are going to be flat. Those are the inside pockets, and that's the scraps right there, pile. I think we'll use these as the journaling cards to go in the flat pockets in the front. And then, wish I had one more piece of this, and I could make these into the journaling cards. But we'll do something else with it. We'll figure it out. Okay, so there's that piece. I don't think we need to score anything else. Now, I do need to make the tab, this part right here, right? So I'm going to use my envelope punch here to make the tab. Alright, so tab's going to go here. So I'm going to go halfway into this notch, right? In the middle there. Hit it. And then I'll make this tab, looks like it's 2 3/4. Let's go right there. Okay. Then we also need to cut the front of this. So you see how this is shorter than the back here by about, let's see, 3/4. So in the front here, this front flap, we're going to cut off 3/4 of an inch. So you can see the tab in the back, right? So 3/4 would be right. That's half. So 3/4 would be 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, I believe. Yeah. That's a lot. Okay. Cut that piece off. Now we can see the tab in the back, right? And I'm going to cut that long piece off there. And we'll do that also with the paper trimmer. Be very careful not to hit the tab, right? Okay. Go. Perfect. Alright, so there we go. There is our base there. Excuse me. Alright, let's go ahead and put the pocket on the front. Oh, now I know why it's 4, because it has, this one actually has gussets. So, let's cut off, let's see, a 1/2 inch on each side ought to do it, I think. Yeah, let's cut off a 1/2 inch on each side of this, so we can make this a flat pocket versus a gusseted pocket. And keep the bulk down. So, break out my small paper trimmer again. And we're going to cut off a 1/2 inch. Well, that would have been the gusset. There. 1/2 inch on this side. Right there. And 1/2 inch on this side. Yeah? Right there. That ought to fit. Let's see here. There we go. That does fit. Nice. Okay, that's the front pocket. So let's go ahead and distress this. Go ahead and ink it. And I think I'm going to distress the edges too. And I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm not just going to ink it. I'm going to kind of distress the edges with my scissors. Rough it up a little bit so it's not so smooth. So it's Saturday here. So how was y'all's week? How is your weekend going? Mine is going pretty flippin' awful. My soon-to-be ex-husband is just a piece of work. Let's just say that. Anyway. Okay, so where is my blender tool? I'm going to blend this a little bit. Let me grab a piece of paper here. And to smooth out the inking here. Okay. Since we're inking, let's go ahead and ink the base as well as the inside pockets, yeah? I'm going to go ahead and round the corner. Where is my corner rounder? It is not here. Excuse me, I'm about to reach over behind the camera. It's all the other side of my table. Okay, let's round the corners here. I'm going to use a 7mm for the corners. And let's go ahead and ink this as well, yeah? I love the Scorched timber. You guys have it? I love it. I am like, between this and my Walnut stain are my go-tos for inking. Unless I'm doing something like a Victorian, then I switch back between a Walnut stain and a vintage photo. This Scorched timber is just, wow. Oh, did anybody see today? Tim Holtz did a live session with the Halloween Sizzix release. So it's just basically stuff from his vault. And I didn't watch the whole thing because I was hoping it was going to be other stuff. Because when he said he was going to stop designing, he also, you know, made a point to say that everything he's already designed for the year is supposed to be coming out. So I was hoping there'd be something new, but this live session was just the dies, right? The Halloween dies they brought out. Okay, let's go ahead and blend these out as well. Get over there. I like to do this because it kind of just softens the inking, because I ink so dark and heavy that this just kind of softens it just a little bit without you having to go light-handed on it. I do love the heavy inking. I do. Okay. Looks nice. And that will be right there. Yeah. Okay, let's do the inside pockets as well. Real quick. Should I go ahead and notch them? Do I want to notch them? I think I will, and I'll do them staggered, like here, middle, and then the other end, like that. So let's grab I'll do my 1.5 inch one. And we'll do one all the way to the end, almost. And then one in the middle. And then one on the other end, yeah? This one, yeah. There we go. Okay, let's get some more ink on here. Thank you guys for all your comments here lately, because especially about, you know, appreciating the fact that I do the whole process, that I don't edit out the so-called, you know, quote-unquote boring stuff, or the, you know, not as exciting parts of making, you know. I appreciate that a lot, so I really appreciate your comments on that. So I will continue to make my videos the same way, where it's, you know, my start to finishes include everything, even the boring stuff. So if that's what you guys want, that's what you guys are going to get. Like this kind of stuff. Riveting. Inking. But if you notice, the way I ink is I get all the edges first, and then I go back and just brush it, and then paying special attention to the corners, right? And then I go back and blend it out, right? So that's not as dark as I would want it over here, but yeah, pay special attention to the corners and make those darker than the rest. It highlights the middle part of the paper, or the element itself. God, I love the way it just blends it out, makes it softer, but keeps it dark. So yeah, I do all the edges first to get rid of that core color, and then I go back and brush it, making sure I get those corners. So my daughter got her first job today. That's exciting. She's a little bummed that she can't wear her lip ring or any facial piercings. So that's kind of a bummer. But, you know, she's working in, you know, the food industry, so fast food industry. Well, that's not fast food, but I guess it kind of is. But I'm sure that's probably, the facial piercing thing is one, just, you know, probably health reasons, because that could fall off, or B could fall off into somebody's food, right? So it's a hazard. There we go. Okie dokie. Let me blend that corner out a little more. That's a lot here. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera, you guys. There we go. That's better. Okay. So there are our pockets and all of our elements for this, I think, minus the journal cards. So I'll put that piece over here. And let's go ahead and apply these elements in here, yeah? Okay, I said I was going to distress these edges also. So Tim Holtz makes a paper distresser. It's a little tool that kind of roughs up the edges. I'm just going to use my scissors and just scrape it across the edge there. And you see how kind of, see that? Kind of gives a little rough edge there. And I'm I'm not gonna notch this one. I guess I didn't have to notch the other ones either because the journal cards are going to be tabbed. So, okay, I'm going to go back over this just a little bit. Okay, let me get a sip of my soda real quick. Excuse me. Okay. And this piece will go right here. Alright, let's go ahead and put this down. There we go. Right there, I think. Good. Make sure it's straight. I think it is. Okay. Alright. Here's the front one. And let's do the ones inside here. I think we need to ink the inside as well. It just doesn't look right. Sorry guys, more inking. Just going to do the brushing part because the edge is already done, so we'll just brush it here. And then we'll take our blending tool against it one more time, yeah? Ah, a little too much right there. Oof. That's okay. It's junky, so it's supposed to be dirty. And then we'll do the inside folds here also, yeah? There we go. Okay, let's grab our blending tool and just soften these up a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and, because once I lay this down, it might be difficult to stamp and it's stamped evenly. So I want to stamp it or put a label. I think I want to stamp it, so let me go grab a couple of stamps and I'll be right back. And we'll do some little bit of stamping on this and the journal cards. Okay guys, I went and grabbed one of my books and the Versafine Clair Fallen Leaves to ink with, or stamp with. So let's see, what can we use in here? I need to go in and like reorganize my stamps again because they are just like all over the place. I know I've got, I think some Tracie Fox in here. Yes, I do. Here we go. Some botanicals right there. This stuff. So I think, and there's some stuff over here too. I think we'll use specimen sample. I think that'll fit there. Where is it? Is it right there? Specimens. What is that? I think I got it in here backwards. Photographic sample. That might work. Right there. Or specimen sample. I think might be too wide. No, I think it'll work. Let's use that one. Okay, so this is Tracie Fox Creative Expressions. Yeah, this is the Entomology Passport Elements stamp set. Let's see if this is too wide. And I forgot to get my block. Gosh darn it. I'm sorry. Oh, no, wait. I got one here. Ha ha ha. Yes. Okay, that looks like it'll fit, right? Let's see here. I think so. Okay, let's use that one. Right there. And move this out of the way. Grab my ink here so you guys can watch me stamp. Let's do it this way, right? You guys see me here? Yeah. Okay. Da-da-da. Let me move this out of the way. I need to be over the top of it. Okie dokie, artichoke. Let's see, is that straight? Oh, it's a little bit cockeyed. Let's see if that's straight. That looks like it's straight now. Okay. So let's ink it up and hammer down. Okay. I think I got it all. Alright, so let's do it right here. Hopefully you guys can see me. Hopefully I don't get in the way of the camera. It's kind of hard to stamp when you can't be like right over the top of it. I can't see where I'm stamping really. There we go. Hopefully I got it. That's not, oh, that works. Sweet. Okay, what else do we want to stamp? Let me put this back on the pad, on the set over here. Get on there. Okay. So we're going to stamp the journal cards in a sec when we create them. Should I put something else underneath here maybe? What else do we have over here? Let's see. What else do we got? We got specimen sample. We did that. Let's see. What about confirmed by? We can do that underneath it, and then we'll just do a signature. Or we can do the ID number right there. Let's see. Which one will fit? Let's see. Here's ID number. I think it's a little too long. We could do the confirm by because I do have some signatures we could use. I have plenty of numbers. This is ID number. What is that second part? Oh, that's weird. Okay. So we could do that. Let's do that. Okay. Let's see if this is, like, block is wide enough to hold this one. I'm going to do it diagonally. Okay. Let me straighten it out because it is a little bit curled there. It's not straight. There we go. I think that's straight now. This part is not straight either. Okay, is that straight? I think so. Nope, it's a little bit near the top middle. Okay, I think we're good now. Okay, we'll put that right underneath specimen sample. Let's see if I can do this here. Is that straight? I hope so. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's okay. It's not perfect, but that's alright. That's okay. That's alright. Yeah, it's like difficult when you're like not able to put your face right over the stamp. And then it's kind of slid a little bit right there, but that's alright. We'll put some numbers on it, and then you won't even be able to tell. This back belongs right there. And put this away. Come on, get back in your pocket. Alright, what else do we want to put on here? I think that'll do for now. We'll come back and put some numbers on it later. Okay, so what's next? Let's see how we're doing time. We're about coming up on an hour, so let's continue. And we're going to glue the inside pockets in. And we'll put these, that's the middle, that's the right. And here's the left. One, so here. There, and there, yeah? Looks good to me. Alright, let's glue them in. I'm putting the glue all the way to the edge to give you the largest pocket possible, since it's flat. Because I know I normally tell you not to go to the edge, but for this instance, it's needed. It's needed. Okay. This would go here. Make sure that's straight. Nope. Darn it. Here we go. Okay. Next one here. And that one will go there. Yeah, okay. So yeah, my daughter got her first job. She finally gets her driver's license next week. So she'll drive herself to school about, she starts college in a few weeks, couple weeks. Can't believe it, she's actually here. Turn up just a little bit right there. Get straight? Yeah, okay. Okay. And last one here. And here we go. Go straight? Yeah, I think so. Okay. There we go. Alright. So there are 3 pockets on the inside. So the next thing to do for this one is just make the journal cards. Decide whether we're going to put a flippy pad here. I think I might snot. And I might just stencil some notebook lines here, some grid lines there, maybe. We'll see how big, how bulky it is once we put all the cards in here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and make the journal cards, and then apply this, and then we'll call it this video. Okay. All right. So we need cards for the inside here. We need 2, and I wanted to use these, but I guess these are going to be too narrow, because I'm assuming the glue stop's there, so the journal card would have to be about that wide at the most, and that just leaves just that much, right? So we could do a journal card and a tag out of this, or a long tag, so we don't waste it. Let's do that. You know what? Let's just do it. So I'm gonna cut this journal card. I'm gonna use this to see how far over the glue is. Right there. Okay. How far is the glue over here? Right there. All right. So I'm gonna come inside where this ends. This is where the glue actually is at. So what I was doing is measuring or seeing where the glue started, so I could measure this. I'm going to come inside of that right there and cut. Right there on that little dot, maybe on the inside of that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So we'll make this one a journaling card. Fits. Yeah. A tab journaling card here, and we'll make this one a tab. Yeah? Why not? Okay, so let's make our tab. So let me grab my envelope so I can tab all these, except for the tag. Yeah? So again, halfway into this notch. I think this one we'll just do it at 2 inches. Or how about 1 3/4 inches? Yeah. 1 3/4 inches for that tab. And this time I'm just going to cut it off. Here we go. And then we'll round these corners with 4 millimeters. Nope, 7. That looks better. There we go. Come on now. Okay. And this one here. Okay, and the other one, we're going to make it a tag. So let me grab my corner punch here. And then I'll round the bottom. And there we go. So now we have a tag and a journal card for this, yeah? Put it in there. And we'll put probably a label, or we'll stamp that tab. And then here is the tag, yeah? So I'll put it kind of like that, right? Cool beans. All right, let's see if these journal cards will fit in those inside pockets before we tab them. We have to, oops, wrong piece. There we go. All right, let's see where the glue ends on these pockets. So right there. Okay, so I'll put that inside. And the glue starts right here on this side. So let's mark that. A little inside of that edge of that little scrap, so we know it'll fit. So that's the line for this one. Okay, for this one, let's see where the glue starts again. Just push it up to the edge and see where the glue starts. So the glue starts where that piece stops, where the paper stops moving. So that's there. Here, right there. Okay? And right on the inside of that. Alright. And the last one starts right there. And on this side, we've got blue starting right there. Okay. Alright. So let's trim these and tab them, I guess. Are they gonna... Yeah, we need to tab them, for sure. Okay. Alrighty. Let's grab the paper trimmer here. And... Uh-oh, I got these out of order. Okay, it's okay. We'll just figure it out when we get done trimming it. Okay, so it is right here. And this one is right there. Okay. Scrap pile. Some of my soda. Alright. Do you want to tab them or do I want to put tabs on them? So if I make a tab, it's going to take a lot away. So let's put tabs on them instead, because they're so small anyway. I don't want to lose any more journal space than we need to. Yeah. So we'll put tabs on them like that. There's 1, 2, and 3. All right. So let's start by rounding these corners first with the 4mm here. And I'm not going to put any coffee dye paper on the back because it's craft paper and it's easy to write on. Plenty light enough. There, and then tab will go right there. Yeah? So we'll ink these and make sure that it's nice and crisp there. Oh, we need more ink. And I guess we need to stamp these too before we put them on. So I'm going to have to grab some numbers. Probably just grab my, what do you call it? The eccentric and field notes. Gonna make it easy peasy, yeah? Okay. There's one. Let's do both of these real quick. I'm doing both sides because they'll, writing on the other side, they'll see both sides of the tab, so I need to do both sides. Okay. Last one here. And yes, I'm going to take my blending brush over the top of these. Soften them up a little bit. Just a little bit. Almost time for a new pad here, I think. This one's starting to fall apart. Okay, blending brush, please. Real quick, just quick sweep over there. All right, and let's finish rounding these corners, and yeah, and we'll ink these as well. And we'll stamp the tabs, and then we'll put all the pieces together and apply the element to the page, and then we'll call it a night. This is already becoming a long video. Okay, one. Last one. And I'll grab my stamps. Okay, here we go. All right, let's grab the brush real quick. Okay. Last one. Okay, that's good enough. All right, let me grab some stamps. I'll be right back. Oops, excuse me. So I decided to go ahead and use the stamps that I already have over here versus going to grab more stamps. So let's see what we've got in here. All right. Here we go. I've got some of these. I've got some numbers on here. And let's see about this number 84. That'll work. Right there. Is that too small? Maybe, but I like it. Or, let's see, what else have I got over here? I've got this one. I've got some other options here too. Hold please. Alright, how about we do... Yeah, okay. We're going to do something a little different. I think I will use the number 84 on this one. Yep. Do the fallen leaves again. Okay. I'm going to have to get over this a little bit more this time, you guys. So if you see my head, I'm sorry. Because this is a little bit more difficult because the paper's raised up with the fold. Okay, let me see here. Alright. Come on. There. That works. Alright, we'll do it on the other side as well. Alright. Is that right? Right there. Okay. Number 84. We'll use that one. Alrighty. Put this one back where it belongs. Alright, now we've also got, I think I'm going to use some more from that botanical set of Tracie Foxes. There's one. Let's use, I think, I'm going to use Filed for one. Okay. Right there, so hopefully this is straight. Nope. There. Okay. And on the other side as well. Darn it, I can't get it straight. There. Okay. And then how about Holotype? Let's do that one. Okay. Hopefully I get this one straight. There. Oh, not quite. That's okay. Do the best we can, right? There we go. Okay. Alright, the tabs are stamped and inked. Sorry about that. Put this back where it belongs. If I don't do it right now, it'll sit somewhere and I won't do it until later. Okay. That's the stamping. Let's put the tabs on. Alright, let's see where they fit. I'm going to put the tab where the notch is, right? This one fit here. Yeah, this one fit here. Yes, so then this one can go here. Yeah? Yeah, okay. So let's do Holotype here. there, okay. I may come back and put some numbers on this bottom part, I think. Just so it looks like it's missing something. This one go right here. There you go. Come on, get in there. Nope, it's not dry yet. Okay, let's let that dry some more before I force it. Okay, I'll do 84. My fingers are so inky. Okay. So I'll do this in the middle here. Okay. Okay, there we go. And this one's there. And this last one. Ew, I glue on my fingers. Here we go. Okay. Alright, this one can go in here. Yeah? Alright. And there we go with that. And then we've got our other pieces right here. We can decorate those later, because I really want to get this element down, because we are really running long tonight. Okay, let's put this element down, this piece away, and let's go. All right. Do I want to sew around it at all? Nah, I don't want to. I'm not going to. No, I'm not gonna. Nope. All right. Make a mess over here. All right, so this is going to go right here, yeah? And out a little bit so we can see the tab. So right there, I think is perfect. What do you think? Right there? Yeah, I like it there too. Okay, so let's glue it down and we will be done. Call this a night. We'll decide with the flippy pad on the next video, I think. Okay. And here we go. Right there. Let's make sure that's straight. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, we're straight. Put the needle back in my glue here before I drop it and lose it. And step on it. Alright, there we go. Nice. Doesn't add too much to the bulk. I like it. There. Yep, we're good. And then I don't think we need a closure for it because that'll keep it down. And then boom. Yeah? What do you guys think? I like it. Awesome. And this is all the waste that we had. Look at that. Put this in some clusters or something, right? Okay, you guys, we're going to call it a night, I think. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys had some fun making the jumbo slides, the file folder pockets, and this little guy, which I don't know what we're going to call it, but file folder flip out? I don't know. But, so we got 3 elements done, which is awesome. I know it's a long video, so if you stayed, hung out, thank you so much. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you're new to our channel and you liked what you saw and you want to hang out with us again, please hit the subscribe button and the bell and you'll get notified anytime I upload new content. I will try to remember to put the links that I mentioned, if I mentioned any. I'll have to go back and watch the video, in the description below, and I will see you guys in part 13. Talk to you soon. Bye!